Welcome to the Red Cross Disaster Orientation, specifically focused on the disaster health services and disaster mental health services for the American Red Cross, Nebraska, and Iowa region. In this video, we are going to cover the mission and purpose of disaster cycle services in the Red Cross, and then from there, we'll talk about disaster health services and disaster mental health services and how that fits in with that mission. We'll also cover your next steps. The mission and purpose of the American Red Cross during times of disaster is to prevent and alleviate human suffering in the face of emergencies by mobilizing the power of volunteers and the generosity of donors. We build resilience by mitigating the impact of disasters, meeting urgent human needs, and facilitating recovery through direct action and community engagement. When it comes to disaster health services and disaster mental health services, we use our money to make sure that people's health needs are prioritized, both mental and physical. We also use the time and energy and professional expertise of our communities to make sure that people are getting connected with the people that can truly help them in these scenarios. This is one of the few areas of disaster cycle services where we need professionals. Everybody who works with disaster health services or disaster mental health services has a professional background in that area. When a disaster strikes a community, one of the things people can lose are the critical supplies and necessities they need to maintain their physical well-being. Medications and equipment are two of the big things that our health services teams will help with. They'll conduct a health assessment to identify and address those immediate health needs, and then they can help replace things like medications, hearing aids, glasses, wheelchairs, CPAP machines. Anything somebody might need that's critical to their well-being, that's what we as an organization are here to replace. They're also out in the local community doing education. They're making sure that we have instruction for things like hands-only CPR, and they stock and maintain our health services kits so we're always ready when disaster strikes. The impact of disaster health services is absolutely core to the mission of the American Red Cross when disasters do strike. We do a lot more than medication and equipment replacement. We're also doing health assessments. We need to make sure that people's small issues don't snowball into something much more severe, sometimes in a very short period of time. We work with our communities to find health and safety practices that help better prepare them for future disasters. We work with vulnerable populations such as the elderly and children and people with disabilities, oftentimes offering specialized care. We collaborate with different partners so that all of our support is comprehensive from a community standpoint. We're helping build resilience and we use our volunteers' expertise. Disaster health services and mental health as well. You need a license to practice because we are again using those professionals. During a disaster, we want to make sure we're taking care of people both physically and mentally. We use licensed mental health professionals to help individuals and communities navigate the emotional and psychological challenges that are posed by disasters. We want to foster resilience and hope in the face of adversity. We offer psychological first aid, support, and crisis intervention. We assess stress levels, support resiliency, and a recovery plan. We provide psychoeducation and assist in securing community mental health support if requested by a client. We foster a positive environment in our shelters and outreach locations. Everybody's a professional in this field because it's so important. The impact of disaster mental health during disasters is immense. Again, we use licensed professionals for a reason. They are able to spot signs of traumatic stress and can assist individuals in finding specialist care if requested by the client. Immediate relief is a component. It's that psychological first aid again to support those experiencing trauma, whether that is individual, like a small house fire, or some of those larger disasters where entire communities are impacted. We support long-term recovery, managing grief, fear, and anxiety, enabling them to take those next steps forward. We want to foster positive environments, and a lot of it comes down to stress management, coping mechanisms, helping people with targeted interventions that help families and individuals in the aftermath of disasters. In the next month, you'll have a few steps to take to complete your training. Submit a headshot, your driver's license information, and your authorized driver request so you can drive our vehicle. Because you're a mental health professional or a health professional, we'll have you upload your professional license as well. Those are some of the administrative tasks. From an activity standpoint, you'll connect with your supervisor, work with us in disaster workforce engagement for your preparedness roles and how you want to support a community during times when disaster is not striking, so more preparedness. And you'll be invited to attend meetings either in person or virtually and connect with other people within your own community. Thank you for the work that you're doing and the work that you're preparing to do. We're looking forward to having you join us. If you ever have any questions, reach out to your supervisor or reach out to your disaster workforce engagement team member. Thank you so much, and thank you for watching this presentation.